Hey guys, ManPhalanges, a quick look at the Logitech G703 LIGHTSPEED wireless gaming mouse from Logitech. It's basically a G403 wireless with their new LIGHTSPEED charging technology, which is really a game changer once I think it matures and gets cheaper and more ubiquitous. But essentially, if you buy the PowerPlay mouse mat that they have advertised here, it'll recharge your mouse while you play using the mouse wirelessly. It's $100 mouse pad and they're kind of small. There is a hard version, a soft version. It is a really cool technology, but I do think it needs to mature a little bit and whatnot. I actually bought this from eBay. This actually has a faulty scroll wheel. I'm probably going to fix it. I think it's an easy fix. So I got this for only 20 bucks shipped. Very happy with it. It's a $100 mouse and it just came out. But he gave me all the original stuff that comes with it. You get a quick start manual, you get a warranty guide, you get a wireless receiver, an adapter, micro USB to USB 2.0 Type A, and then a cable. The cable is Type A to micro USB again, and because something the quick start guide mentions, plug this end into your computer, obviously. This end goes into the mouse when you're charging it. When you're not charging it, however, they recommend you use the adapter here, and then you use the dongle. And the quick start guide says to actually keep this within 20 centimeters of your mouse, and to keep this dongle 2 meters or greater away from your router, your wireless router. The box also comes with a 10-gram weight in case you want to get swole while you play. You open up the weight compartment by pressing down on the bottom here. It's held in with really strong magnets, and then it just kind of sits in there. Also, for those of you who really care, you play without this weight compartment cover, and it does reduce the weight by like 3 grams. Not really noticeable, but hey, every little bit matters for some people. Now for some specifications on the mouse. It uses the PMW3366 sensor, which is Logitech's variant of the 3360. 200 to 12,000 DPI. I think every 50 DPI steps are considered native by the sensor. If you're a nerd about this stuff, Google it. 20G maximum acceleration, 400 inches per second maximum tracking speed, so you're never going to make this thing spin out pretty much. 1000 hertz pulling rate, 50 million click rated on switches. Battery life is 24 hours with the LEDs on, as you can see they are right now. But if you turn the LEDs off in the Logitech gaming software, battery life goes up to 32 hours. The dimensions are on screen there, so it is a larger palm grip mouse. Weight is 107 grams. If you take the weight compartment out, it's like 104 grams. Now for my impressions of the mouse. So immediately picking it up, I noticed the rubberized sides. It's actually a feature that Logitech calls out on the back of their box. They called it Instant Grip. Genius. So basically it's just really rubberized, tacky sides. It's a nice rubberized material. It's not I would say it's a lot like the scroll wheel rubber, where it is kind of forgiving on the skin. It's not, it's not kind of tugging at your skin. When you release, it definitely releases, but it's also grippy enough where you can see the outside edge here slopes outward, which I'm typically not a fan of on my current mouse. This actually slopes inward, as you can see, and that helps my ring finger give something to lift up on when I'm lifting the mouse as such here. This mouse, something like I have a problem with the Death Adders, is it'll just easily slide out. This mouse, I can actually grip pretty easily just because of that rubberized texture that runs all along the sides here. That is something worth noting because that was the first thing I noticed when I lifted up the mouse, was that. The other thing I noticed is centralized hump. Yep, you definitely don't use this much of the palm area way in the back. You definitely use more of this here and up here. The other thing I noticed immediately, comfort groups in the buttons. Those are very nice, actually quite deep and at different levels, so it does kind of naturally give your hand the tilted rather than being flat. Side buttons are really big and very, very accurate response. If you're the kind of person who uses your 2 thumb joints to rock back and forth between the buttons, this is going to be a dream for you, because it's very easy to actuate either. Even just kind of rolling upward either button you're rolling your thumb upward to either button, that's very doable. There's a DPI button center middle behind the scroll wheel. I don't think that would ever be a problem pressing. It's way too low profile, and the comfort groups will naturally split your fingers apart a little bit. The scroll wheel in this, as I mentioned before, I bought this used, and there's a scroll wheel defect, so I won't be too, take this with a grain of salt. But the scroll wheel in mine feels very light. The steps are not at all accurate. If I try to do just one step at a time quickly, I'm occasionally doing half steps and occasionally doing like 2 steps. So not good for precise ticking with the scroll wheel, but nice and quiet. Great for web browsing and low resistance. Definitely low resistance. The light bar, I've got to admit, looks really good in person too. I don't think the camera is doing this justice, but that light bar is phenomenal. Also, the user guide says this will blink when the battery's low, regardless if you have the LEDs on or off. Middle mouse feels quite stiff, but accurate. Maybe not as springy as I would like. I think I can rapidly press middle mouse on my old mouse faster versus this one. Yeah, like you can see here, it just isn't springing up occasionally. It just wants to stay down. And then I guess the rest of the texturing on the mouse is a smooth plastic. The bottom is a bit textured, but you're not going to notice that. Some nice mouse feet on the bottom too there, I guess. And I guess that's my first impression of the G703 wireless gaming mouse from Logitech. I'll be playing Overwatch with it and giving you guys maybe an updated video if I do like it. I released that Razer Aetherus video and I returned that mouse pretty promptly because it was too small, so that video is not coming. Sorry guys. So if you like this video, feel free to like it, subscribe. I'll be doing more mouse stuff in the future here too as I get more into Overwatch. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. This kind of content I'm here to help you guys out with. So if you have questions, I own the mouse. Ask away. It's an expensive mouse, so I want to make sure that you're going to be happy if you're thinking about purchasing this. And then as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And thank you for subscribing and supporting me and all that on YouTube. It's really good to be able to kind of give back to you guys and educate the community on stuff that a lot of people think is just, oh, that's video games, who cares? But we're all gamers, we're all passionate about it, so it's good to share that passion with you guys all. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next.